everyone, welcome you all in SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edipedia and I am Assistant Professor Myra Lachani. So in today's session we are going to start with FYCS SEM 2 subject, that is Introduction to C++ Programming. Okay, and in today's session we are going to start with Introduction of C++ Programming. So in any languages like other like English language, we have to learn the alphabets first and then grammar, and then we can frame the sentences. Similarly in programming also we have to learn one by one. So we'll start with the C++ character set. So in C++ character set we can include capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9 and all the special symbols which are present on your keyboard. After that, token means the smallest individual unit in a program is known as a token. Example, identifier, data type, keyword, operators, punctuators, etc. So these tokens we'll see one by one. So first is identifier. Identifier means a name given to a program element is known as an identifier. Example, variable name, array name, function name. Means हम किसी भी एक ऑब्जेक्ट को कुछ नाम दे रहे हैं, that name is nothing but your identifier, जिसको हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई करें हमारे पूरे मेमोरी में. If we are storing or we are accessing some specific memory, so for accessing that memory we are using some naming, we are giving some name to that particular memory location, that is nothing but a identifier. The example of identifiers is variable name, array name. Means suppose if I want to store a single value, so I can declare a variable. If I want to store a set of numbers, I can use an array. So these are the example of identifiers. So there are some rules to declare an identifier. What are they? We can contain, as like I have said earlier, in C++ character set we can include alphabets, capital, small as well as digits. But in identifiers, while declaring an identifier, we can contain capital A to Z, small a to Z and 0 to 9. But it should be start with alphabet only. We contain digit in identifier, but it should begins with alphabet. Then we cannot use blank space in between identifier. So instead of blank space you can use underscore. This special symbol we can use in identifier. Then identifier should not be keyword, because keywords in next slide we'll see what is meant by keyword. So you will come to know why we cannot use keyword as an identifier. Keyword are those words which are already defined in a language and which carry some special meaning to the compiler. Compiler means who compiles our program or who executes our program. So for compiler, for some words compiler knows already the working of that particular word. So we cannot use keyword identifier as an keyword, because keywords are already having some special meaning and identifier we are using for naming purpose. So we cannot use keyword as an identifier. Next, data type. What kind of value are going to be stored in that particular variable is totally depend upon your variable. Okay, so basically there are three types of data type. One is fundamental. First is fundamental, which is also known as predefined. Second is user defined, and third is derived. In fundamental or predefined, there are some predefined data types that we can directly use in our programs. That is, if suppose I want to store a whole number, so I can use int data type. Int is for integer. If I want to store a decimal value, so I can use float data type. If I want to store a character, I can use char data type. So these are some predefined data types which are already present in that particular language. We can directly use those data types. User defined means user or programmer will decide what kind of value are going to be stored in that particular variable. So those data types are known as user defined data type. For now you just focus on the examples of the user defined data type, that is structure, classes and union, because these are some topics which we'll see further in our next videos, coming videos. Okay, and third, that is derived. Derived data type means which is derived from existing data type. So existing data type either can be a predefined or it can be a user defined. Okay, so एक existing data type से कोई data type derived होता है तो उसको बोला जाता है derived data type, like function, array, pointer, etc. Like suppose if I am creating array of integer type, so it is deriving from the integer data type. If I am creating array object of a class, so it is deriving from the class. So this is about the derived data type. Again, these topics we'll see in further coming videos. So these are some memory size I have given in this slide. Like in C++, character take 1 byte, short and int take 2 bytes, long take 4 bytes, float take 4 bytes, double take 8 bytes. So and there are so many further, you can see in description as well. So these are some data types which takes this much of size in the memory. Next example of the identifier is operator and operators. Operators means which perform some action on the operands. Okay, now what is mean the operator and what is mean the operand? Like suppose we are writing the equation a plus b. So plus is a operator and plus is working on the working on two variables, that is a and b. So this a and b is my operands. So operator which is working on that specific variable or value, that is nothing but the operand. Okay, so basically there are three types of operators: unary operator, binary operator and ternary operator. Unary operator means those operator which works on single operand. Okay, means like suppose मैंने एक वेरिएबल लिया है a and उसको मैंने वैल्यू इनिशियलाइज की है 10. Okay, and if I am writing a plus plus, so plus plus is my increment operator. So this plus plus operator is working on the single operand, that is a. So that is called as unary operator. Those operator which works on single operand are known as unary operator. And either you can write unary plus or unary minus, like मुझे indicate करना है कि this is positive value or negative value, so for that we can use plus and minus sign. So these are the example of unary operator. As like increment operator, there is a decrement operator as well. Minus minus is the decrement operator. Next is binary operator. Binary operator are those operator which works on two operands. Means like जैसे पहले example दिया, if I am writing the equation a plus b, so plus is my operator and that plus operator is working on a and b. So a and b is my operand. So plus operator is working on how many operands? Two operands, a and b. So that's why b plus symbol is called as binary operator. So those operator which works on two operands are known as binary operator. So here I have given or I have mentioned some examples of binary operator. First is arithmetic operators. In arithmetic operators there are some operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the last symbol, this is परसेंटेज साइन जो है इसको बोला जाता है मॉड्यूलस. इन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज वी कॉल्ड एज मॉड्यूलस. दिस ऑपरेटर वी यूज टू फाइंड आउट द रिमाइंडर. ओके, मींस सपोज इफ वी आर राइटिंग 10 divided by 11 divided by 2, so this will gives us quotient, that is 5. And if we are writing 11 mod 2, so that will gives us remainder, that is 1. Okay, then after that there are some relational operator: greater than equal to, less than equal to, equal to, not equal to. We'll see this relation operator in conditional statement. In if else statement we usually use this relational statement, like कोई वैल्यू फर्स्ट वैल्यू सेकंड वैल्यू से ग्रेटर है या नहीं, या इक्वल है या नहीं, या नॉट इक्वल नहीं है. To checking that thing we use this relational operator. Logical operator and not, and if both the conditions are true then output will be true. In OR operator, if anyone is true from both the condition, then answer will be true, and not is always opposite. If it is true then it will give false, if it is false then it will give you true. So this is all about logical operator. Again, logical operator we use in conditional statement. Third is ternary operator. Ternary operator means that operator which works on three operands. Okay, हमने देखा एक operand पे work करते, two operand पे work करते. This is what which works on three operands. Like here the operator basically look like this: question mark and colon. So हम लिखते कैसे हैं? expression, then question mark, expression 2, colon, expression 3. So compiler first evaluate this expression 1. If this gives the true value, then expression 2 will be execute and expression 3 will be ignored. If expression will gives us false value, then expression 2 will be ignored and expression 3 will be execute. So this is even ternary operator called as conditional operator, like the find out maximum number among two, that we can use using ternary operator as well. Last but not the least is punctuator. Punctuator are also known as सेपरेटर, मीन्स एक वर्ड को दूसरे वर्ड से, एक स्टेटमेंट को दूसरे स्टेटमेंट से, एक ब्लॉक को दूसरे ब्लॉक से सेपरेट करने के लिए जो ऑपरेटर्स हम लोग यूज करते हैं, दैट इज नोन एज एन punctuators. Like if I am using parenthesis or comma or semicolon, so that is nothing but the punctuator. And in the last I have written expression, like the combination of variables, data types and operators, we can create an expression. So here I have given some example of the expression a plus b. Then after that I have written the formula of calculating simple interest, that is p into n into r upon 100. Then the formula of area of circle 3.14 pi, the value of pi into r. So these are the some expression which are the combination of the operators and the variables. So this is all about the first video, that is introduction to C++. So in next lecture we will see further part. Thank you so much.